Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I will be posting daily updates from the topics that caught my attention in the subreddit Superstonk on Reddit. Looking on the news from 13th of July, we will be looking at a new rule update from the SEC now seemingly allowing naked shorting through single stock leveraged ETFs. A really bizarre decision that sparked a lot of discussion and frustration on Superstonk. I am therefore going to quote SEC on its decision to allow single stocks and not basket of stocks that ETFs were known for before this new rule update.
In a time of prolonged market volatility, the SEC has announced that is giving the green light to funds that utilize derivatives to take a leveraged or inverse position on a single security as the latest complex product to come to the market. The regulatory body was careful to underscore the added risk that such funds carry in addition to its couched language around complex products.
Their statement does not even make sense, in my opinion. Why would adding another layer of complexity and volatility through derivatives on a single stock if you are claiming that the market currently experiences unusual volatility? I like the theory of this being another possible way that the people in charge are trying to hand over the bag of bad bets to retail, but I am not sure how this would aid this, except for being a new product that could be pushed onto retail investors by the brokers. I am not worried about the people over at Smoothstonk buying this new product. They seemed more mad and intent at DRSNG even more of their shares out of the DTCC, and I wanted to highlight comments from Undesired Effect, which had a really fitting username, and Hobbyman.
I've never wanted to sell everything I have and go all in on a stock this badly. At this point, it's not even for money, it's out of spite.
It stopped being all about the money a long time ago.
True. I'm a Januape and watched them sucker punch our stock down to $40. Peeps that bought after made it so that the news cycle and government couldn't just hand wave it away. I figured that we pretty much had them. Ah, my sweet naivete. Now they are changing the rules of the game because they know the public gets glassy-eyed over the terminology and the obscene amount of layers deep one has to go to understand what they are doing. These people are not just shit, they are country and world-killing cancer. Fuck 'em.
I'm from the Jan clan as well. It has been a very enlightening time since then. The fuckery pulled has numbed me. It's almost expected that just when things seem to be going well, it's guaranteed we get fucked. We are the only ones who will finish this, no one else is on our side. I have faith we finish this.
I don't know if it's a generational thing or a younger brother thing or a me thing, but I'm stubborn as fuck. That's pretty much all I am. And I will die on this fucking hill. I will literally buy and DRS until I'm a decrepit old man. Fuck these pieces of shit. Now, when I look at the massive homelessness problem in my town, I have a whole different perspective on it. When I see my peers struggling to buy groceries, I know whose fault it is. When my brother scrapes the bottom of a paycheck to buy diapers for his baby, I know why exceptionally hard-working people all over the world can hardly afford to live. Fuck these parasites. The entire financial industry, cabal. Fuck 'em.
The people over at Superstonk have laser-focused eyes on one goal, and that goal was well described by Mr. Nixnextish. I loved the comments under these posts and could have made an entire video from this post alone, but I wanted to look at some other posts too. Like this brilliant meme post of the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler. I was happy to see Dave Lauer, who is usually quite cool and collected, raise some eyebrows over the SEC's decision. Agreeing with Superstonk and retail investors that the addition of this new product, even calling it a steaming pile of trash. In the comments below, Redditors were already showing how the addition of this new product could be used to facilitate naked shorting by market makers, further disrupting the markets by creating asymmetry and volatility. The two things SEC are supposed to be combating with this new single stock ETFs, and added a video from the University of Wharton, which I have added in the links below. Another blow to retail and a more fair and transparent market was also dealt to retail investors yesterday with delays to parts of market surveillance. I like it. Removes all doubt of their complicity in the crimes being committed against honest and hardworking people every day by the people in charge, while at the same time getting paid by the taxpayers. stealing from the poor to give to the rich. Then make a system where the poor are not allowed to make the money back that the rich have stolen from them. Interesting find from Errant Chungees in the footnote of the document.
The footnote of this document is also interesting. On February 14, 2021, the participants also filed a motion for a protective order shielding from public disclosure certain documents submitted in connection with their stay motions as well as portions of the motions that refer to those documents, pursuant to SEC Rule of Practice 322. Finding that the harm resulting from disclosure of that material would outweigh the benefits of disclosure, we grant the motion for a protective order.
And a comment from BRB_real life on transparency.
Transparency is always a bad thing if what you do is illegal or ethically questionable. But it can also be a problem if what your business do is in hard competition. Showing your cards can be detrimental, however, reporting to a legal entity should not be considered anti-competitive, as everyone is theoretically under the same obligation. It can be done with a delay to allow the innovators a step ahead, but ultimately we all benefit from innovation, even businesses. It shouldn't be a problem in the grand scheme of things, but short-term profit might take a minor hit. In short, reporting should never be a problem, unless the entire system is corrupt. By that time, reporting is the least of worries.
To end the day off, I want to take a look at how the NFT marketplace has been doing on day 2 of release. Loopring tweeted out a picture showing over $3.2 million worth of NFTs being traded over the last 2 days, which indicated that over $1 million in the first day probably was not just a fluke and will be an interesting metric to follow in the coming weeks.
So I just want to take a minute and put this into context, because sometimes I think we forget how big numbers can be. I work at a large box retail store that caters to contractors, and within the company our store is probably very mid-level. We do $40 million a year, the company as a whole does about $80 billion. In a given day we average about $150,000 in sales, and that is selling products that are building houses, things that homeowners use to spruce up their yards and landscapes, appliances, flooring, fencing, decking. Anything that involves your homes. And we are only doing $150,000 a day. It would take 21 stores that have a similar volume the same amount of time to make $3 million as the NFT marketplace made in a little over a day. 21 nationally recognized stores, Forbes 50 business, selling tangible items, with a customer base that is just as loyal, to do the same level of business as an NFT marketplace selling limited edition collectible items. And we have not even gotten to games yet.
It seems like the marketplace actually sparked some discussion regarding the impact and future for developer and their products in some random forums. Interesting to see more people getting involved and interested in the road forward for the marketplace. And last comments for the day are coming from Pre-Deleted Account and Aguia Medbury.
I think the author missed one big part of NFTs. Royalties can be set, meaning a developer could get a cut of every sale and resale of a game.
I'll pile on and reinforce that even if Steam/Valve were to offer a resell feature, Steam is still owning the keys. Also, I believe more importantly, the small cut GME is taking versus Valve's starting position of 30% is insurmountable. Sure, Valve could cut their fees, try to program a resell program, but would they take 5% of what they make now and give you the keys? This is a classic established business case versus startup they will be teaching in business classes for decades to come.
And to end the day off, some of my favorite memes from the day. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.